wanna see me fall, but I don't fit a drop. Cold fronts coming and 4 winds wildin', but I'm never worried. Tyrone always on timing.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. You're back with Game Time Decisions with your boys, Avi and Matt, and we're here to bring you another episode of Backyard Bets. We are back outside, everyone. We've got 4 great picks for this Saturday slate. If you're using Hard Rock Bet, PrizePicks, Underdog, FanDuel, whatever you got to put your bets on, we got it for you. Avi, as always, how you doing today?
Great, man. There were a lot of picks today when I woke up that I saw that I liked. A lot of picks that we actually didn't make it in the cut and made it to the video, but they were still picks that we liked outside of the video. So we will be dropping a lot more picks in our Discord from that pool later on today, throughout the day, depending on if the picks get bumped or not. We want to see what's going on with those. As usual, we start with our DGF. DGF, great tool, man. Last time I think we took it was Vince Williams Jr. and he hit for those turnovers. Really good. I think that makes it 16-5 or something like that. Super positive. Really good at giving you the right direction on where to go and comparing odds with all the other sports books, while giving you live updates on what props are available and what props are not. Now, if you see, PGA is pretty big right now, and so is college basketball and March Madness. So you are going to see a lot of props on DGF for that. A couple of these picks I actually did like, Garrett Higo over 70 strokes, and Jake Knapp, I did like that one too. He played pretty good in the PGA Tour before this one, but
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you're
doing
going to
too
remember
well.
the name.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too well. I think it was the Mexico Open, but he wasn't doing too well. In this Open so far. But anyway, let's get on to our basketball, right? We did have a lot of picks that we liked on this as well. I mean, I actually see this one live right now. Yusuf Nurkic are over 12.5 rebounds and assists. That's a prop that we've taken before. We actually don't have it for the video, but super good prop. Our prop for the video is going to be Cameron Johnson. Let me pull that up for you. Cameron Johnson over 19.5 points and rebounds. Cam Johnson, they must have took it. Oh, look, yeah, they bumped it actually to 20.5. Great. So that actually was going to be what I was going to say. So Cam Johnson's props are going to be bumped a lot throughout the day. And I do believe that his points prop is going to be his strongest prop. I was thinking his points and rebounds because it was at 19.5, but because they bumped it to 20.5, I would say we take the points and assists at 18.5, which has not been bumped yet. We like Cam Johnson today because he's taking the starting position over Cam Thomas. Yesterday or the day before, it was yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday? Nah, they didn't play yesterday. The day before, when he did play, he scored 30. And he took up a lot of the usage that Cam Thomas had and played a big role, as he usually does, even when Cam Thomas is on the floor, to help them throughout the game. And I think he's going to do that today. I really like his PRA at 23.5 too, but I also feel like that's going to get bumped pretty quickly as well. If you can get his PRA at 23.5, I would take it. But if that number gets bumped by the time you see this video, points and assists at 18.5 is always up.
Would you recommend points if the points and assists is bumped?
I would, because 15.5 is pretty solid as well. Like I said, Cam Johnson's going to take up a lot of usage. I did see his 3 points prop at 2.5. They might move that to 3, and that's like usually where he kind of sits. On average, we might see something over average just because, like I said, Cam Thomas is not here, but safer to just go for points overall as opposed to specifically what he's going to do in the game.
Yep. And it's going to should be a high scoring game.
I hope so.
Fast-paced.
Last time they played, I think it was a blowout against the Hawks at Brooklyn. And I'm hoping the Hawks learn from that and they don't get blown out today.
Readjust.
Yeah, making it a closer game, having the starters in a little bit longer. But if not, we'll see how that goes. So our next pick is going to be Mr. D Book, Devin Booker over 35.5 PRA. 1 second, it's loading, but he's been pretty solid at this number. I think this number will get bumped to 36.5, and if it does, I would still take it at 36.5. Normally, when he does hit this number, it's 37 and up. So at least between 35.5, 36.5, you should be straight. He goes off against this team Last time he played, he scored 35 points alone. So we're looking for him to go off against Houston again. I did like the matchup as far as him against Van Vliet. I don't see Van Vliet doing much to prevent Devin Booker from scoring. I also did see an interview with KD in the last game where KD pretty much said when Devin Booker decides to score, it's over. Like he's locked in. That's all he's doing. He just knows how to get a bucket and put his foot on the neck of the team. Meaning that if he starts to get going, he's going to continue to go until the game is over. You know, and that's usually what you see in a player like Devin Booker. When he scores, he starts to score unrelentlessly, you know, or relentlessly, I should say. He has hit this number before, 12 in the last 20 games, so it's not a stretch for him to hit it today. It's also not a stretch for him to miss it because, you know, you got KD and Bradley Beal, but at the same time, their matchups aren't as easy. With Jabari Smith being a little bit more athletic and, you know, just the forwards being a little bit more athletic, as well as Sengun in the big man spot, you know? So we're going to see how that goes. You know, I mean, you got any thoughts on this one, man?
Yeah, actually, it just hit me right now. I actually like this prop a lot more because I'm thinking there's really two ways that it can hit. Either Devin Booker goes crazy on points. I don't think he's going to score 40, but he could get, you know, he could just get 30 again, like you just said, and then a couple of rebounds and assists here. Or he could go back to the Devin Booker that we saw earlier this season, maybe a 20 to 25 point game, but he could really get you like 10 to 15 assists if he wanted to. And he can get you like anywhere from 6 to 7 rebounds if he's really going for them.
Right.
So when it depends, we'll see what mindset he's in today. I mean, I don't see why he would get out of that scoring mindset since he just came off of dropping 30. He might want to do it again.
Right.
But either way, even if he does kind of go back to that traditional point guard role, we still are in the game because he can get you a high number on both rebounds and assists.
Right. And his usage is insane as far as the Suns go. So, plus, that Houston game was literally like the last game they played. So he literally just dropped 35 on them. So we're hoping that he's like, all right, we're home again. Let's just drop 35 on them again, you know? Obviously, the Houston's defense might adjust a little bit, but I don't think Booker is like a star like Steph. You know, I put Steph's under yesterday in the Discord, and I did mention, you know, it's hard to put unders on the greatest shooters of all time. And then you're looking at Booker, who's a prolific scorer in the league right now. It's hard to say that even if a team adjusts, they're going to lock him up for sure, you know?
Luckily, I was at work, and I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was sad. All right, cool.
What was the number at for his threes yesterday?
5.5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's going to hit 5.
Yeah. I would have probably went with the under on that too.
But he had
That's
3
tough.
in the first quarter.
That's
I was
tough.
like, all right, time to pack
It's
it up.
playoff mode though. Yeah, it's playoff mode. He's one of those people like really playing to win every single game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, nah, I gotta show up.
Yeah,
because if I don't show up, this team we're not doing nothing.
Right.
But yeah, so on to today. Well, wipe it off. Next day. All right, so we're looking at that Hawks and Nets game today specifically. Like I said, we think it's going to be high scoring total. We think it's going to be super fast paced. I personally think the Hawks are going to come with a little bit of revenge because you got blown out by the Nets by 30. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the second half of the season. All right, so we're looking at Mr. Jalen Johnson. I can't believe they have this one up. Over just 1 3-pointer. Guys, no Trae Young for this game. So we're looking at the second option scorer here on the Atlanta Hawks. He's a great shooter. He's a great driver. He's just got to get open one time. They have other shooters and scorers such as Murray, Bay, and Hunter. So once the defense takes their eyes off of him for a second and he's in the corner, I'm pretty sure he's going to be shooting that every single time, and we just need one.
Yeah. He's been shooting 30% with averaging about 4 attempts. You know, if you look at it, 4, 5, 7, 6, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3. A couple games where he shoots 2. But if you look at the stretch, you know, he's 17 of the last 20. So it's like, Mans has been hitting this pretty much every game. You know what I mean? That's really all there is to say, you know? I don't think that Underdog is going to have this without a discount on it, which is like a 0.6 play out or something like that. But always good to add this on top of another slip just to help you out. In the head-to-head, it doesn't actually hit it too much if you look at this. But these are all last season. The only game that they
Mm-hmm.
played was yesterday. Not yesterday. The last game they played, which was on
Mm-hmm.
The last day of the month last
Like
month.
2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah. Which he took 4 attempts, made 1 for 4. So that's all you're really looking for, 1 for 4.
Yeah.
Don't watch
Yeah.
the game and see them first miss and be like, oh, like.
No, of course not. Of course not.
And speaking of which, our prop watch today is going to be Mr. Himmy Buckets.
Crazy today. What were they thinking putting these up with just 1 3-pointer made?
Right.
All right, everybody. Jimmy Butler versus who are they playing? Utah, and they're home. We need Jimmy Buckets for 1 3-pointer made, the star of the team, the guy with the most usage, the guy, like I just said, like Steph Curry, looking to get a win every single game, looking to show up, playoff Jimmy. I think we're going to be getting that a little bit early, because the Heat are in that sticky situation of like, hey, we might not make the playoffs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because the East is better. So this is the time right now where he's going to turn it up. Tyler Hero, I believe, is still game time decision. Terry Rozier
I think
is
he might be
back.
playing, yeah.
Terry Rozier is back, and why that's great for this game is now Jimmy Butler can get out of that facilitative role and more into a scoring role like he was doing when him, Terry, and Bam were playing together. Yeah, we're playing together. So, looking for 1-3. Who's going to be his matchup here? It's either we're looking at maybe
You got
Laurie, who's
Markkanen?
at the power forward, or who's their 3 now?
Sexton, maybe.
Who's their 3? It's not hitting me at the moment.
I'll tell you right now, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about this tool that we use.
Yeah, RotoWire, man. Yes, Lori. Super useful tool as well, man. They're 90% accurate, I'd say, in giving you the starting lineups or projected starting lineups and injury reports.
Mm-hmm. So as we see here, it's either going to be Laurie or the Hendricks guy, who's kind of new to their rotation. But yeah, still nobody that we're thinking is going to play absolute lockup defense on Jimmy Butler for him to not get 1-3.
I also do, now that I'm looking at it, we do like John Collins as well. If you guys are looking at the starting lineup to see John Collins got pushed at the 5, sorry, because Kessler's out. He might be rebounding a little bit more in this game. So something to look out for, if you see his number low.
All righty. And any thoughts on Jimmy Butler?
Mr. Jimmy Buckets, man. I mean, like we mentioned this 2 videos ago, that boy is getting into his playoff mode, early. That was the game that he unfortunately sat out, I guess. But, due to that personal.
He got ejected.
No. The game that we had put a prop on him,
right.
he sat due to a personal reason. But that was around the time right after All-Star break that we were like, Jimmy Butler's looking like he's trending in a little bit more of an assertive role as far as the scorer of the team. So hopefully we can see my guy come out like LeBron and start pulling, some crazy shots. So that being said, if you look at his numbers, the last 10 games, the 14 of 20 is a little bit more of a stretch, but the last 10 games, most of these were after, well, not most of them, but some of them were after, the last 3 were after All-Star break, and this is all right before All-Star break, but all in the second or latter half of the season. Meaning, these are the numbers we're looking for if we believe that Jimmy Butler will trend in playoff mode Jimmy. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I guess all we can do is wait and see. Hopefully we hit. That's really it.
Check out our Discord. Check out the Discord, link in the description. First 50 people are getting a free trial. Shout out to our chefs in there that are also contributing and giving their own recap. So you're not just getting our 2 opinions, especially if you don't agree with them. You're also getting some other feedback and other people's thoughts in there as well.
And don't be afraid to share your own slip. You can definitely share your own slips too. We could talk about your picks as well, people that you're looking at that maybe we just didn't get a chance to see. The more eyes we have on it, the better discussion you can have on something, the more confident you'll feel in putting it in.
Definitely. And then we expand through our multiple platforms. I'm on Hard Rock. They play FanDuel. We were both on PrizePicks and Underdog, but unfortunately, things happen. But yeah, check out the Instagram as well, where we like those 2 platforms just because we can get quicker content on there. We try to post YouTube Shorts on here as well when we don't post videos. But yeah, just stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Because yeah, we're trying to make money out here every single day.
All right, and let me go over the picks actually real quick before we close it up. But our DGF pick is going to be Mr. Cameron Johnson over 19.5. It says 19.5 points and rebounds, but we talked about it, 18.5 points and assists, or his points prop alone. Just look at him, you know. Our picks is going to be Devin Booker over 35.5 PRA, Jalen Johnson over 0.5 3 points made, and Jimmy Buckets over 0.5 3 points made. Happy betting, folks, as usual. And we
Happy
will
betting. Have a
follow
good
up
weekend.
tomorrow.
Mañana.
Said it's your man Beezy, and you either get with it or get lost.